Alright, so, due to technical difficulties on the video from last night at D-Dubs, unfortunately, Jonathan Machuga cannot join us this evening, but I still have the man right here, Dylan Moody, so we are going to redo this Night of Champions review due to high demand, actually. I read some of the comments on the video today, so...
They're kind of hurtful. But we understand.
It didn't really hurt my feelings because I felt your pain in this video because I felt like I was bleeding from the ears when I listened to that first video. And I believe Dylan threw up the red flag, so...
I threw up the red flag. My ears weren't bleeding because, well, I couldn't hear anything, so...
There we go.
There was no reason for my ears to bleed.
Right.
So we're doing this again.
Doing this take
For
two.
you!
For you, the fans of the Russell Cage experience. So, you and Tubes actually got to watch the first two matches.
Right.
Tag team title match, Miz and Morrison versus Finlay and Hornswoggle, as well as the U.S. title match, Matt Hardy defending against Chavo Guerrero. So, your thoughts on those matches, since I didn't get to see them?
Well, Miz and Morrison taking on Finlay and Hornswoggle, that was actually surprisingly a good match. Nothing top-notch, not top-notch quality, but still a pretty good match. I was very surprised at Hornswoggle's wrestling ability last night. Miz and Morrison, they win. I'm glad they kept the belts. Don't really want to see Finlay and Hornswoggle. No offense to them, but Miz and Morrison, they've earned their time as tag team title holders, and yeah. Matt Hardy and Chavo Guerrero was kind of just the sleeper match of the night, I guess. Like, not sleeper as in you were sleeping on it and then it was really good. Sleeper as in I'm going to take a nap. Matt Hardy wins. Your basic wrestling match.
And like you said, nothing against Finlay and Hornswoggle, but I really cannot take them as a serious, legit tag team.
Right.
Yes, they are a father-son combination, but that's kind of where it ends. That'd be like Dusty Rhodes and Cody Rhodes came together, or Ted DiBiase and DiBiase Jr. team together. So, next match, the powerhouse match tonight, I guess you could say. The ECW title, Big Show versus Kane versus Mark Henry, and pretty much, I believe you also said Mark Henry was taking the ECW title, or did you say Big Show?
No, I said ECW's Mark Henry will win. It makes sense.
Yeah. Nothing too big came out of this match, really. Superplex by Kane on the Big Show, and then Mark Henry comes in with a big splash, and it kind of ended abruptly.
Yeah.
So, I mean, it disappointed me a little bit, but it was mainly powerhouse wrestling anyway. It wasn't really going to be a technical wrestling match, so to say, but some pretty impressive spots here, nonetheless.
Word.
All right. Next up, Cody Rhodes and Hardcore Holly, the grand slam of a plumb up your wheel, baby, right here, versus Teddy DiBiase Jr. and Cody Rhodes.
Yeah. I don't think anyone was too surprised that Cody Rhodes was the mystery partner. I just don't like the way they handled it. DiBiase coming out and saying his partner texted him, he'll be here in 10 minutes. And they start the match at handicap. That was bad.
It was a dead giveaway that Cody Rhodes was going to be DiBiase's partner. And, you'd kind of want to see maybe somebody other than Cody Rhodes, because a lot of the fans were even saying Cody Rhodes was going to be his tag team partner. So that's going to be kind of interesting to see how Cody Rhodes does as a heel.
Yeah, and we know that Ted DiBiase Jr. can cut a promo.
Yeah.
He's very good at it, but that's all we've seen of him. We haven't seen him wrestle, at all. So
very little bit.
I mean,
in the tag team match last night, and what we've seen was just basically $1 million dream into Russian leg sweep.
So I mean, I can't really be sold on DiBiase until I see him wrestle.
Right. So, and we might even see a tag team title defense night. Hardcore Holly might have found him a partner to take on this and continue this feud / storyline. So next up, we have the Intercontinental title match, which in my book was match of the night here. Intercontinental Champion Chris Jericho versus Kofi Kingston. You're making me crazy, as Mike Adamle would say. You're making me crazy. Your thoughts? Not on the You're making me crazy.
Mike Adamle? No. The match, for me, it was second place. Yeah, Kofi Kingston was a nice surprise. I was totally expecting it maybe to go to SmackDown, like you mentioned in one of your videos. Maybe Jeff Hardy or Mr. Kennedy would have come in. But Kofi Kingston was a nice surprise.
Mm-hmm.
And I liked the HBK interfered, even though he overacted again. So the HBK Y2J storyline, by getting more letters and numbers in there, will continue on, and no belt will be able to get in the way. So
which is
nice.
The best way
nice.
to do it. But the question now here is, what type of competition will Kofi Kingston have? Possibly Rey Mysterio versus Kofi Kingston. That'd be a good feud right there. Because Kofi, as you've seen last night for the first time, great athlete. And Rey Mysterio, enough said right there, you know.
Kofi Kingston reminds me a little bit of Shelton Benjamin when he first started coming through.
Yeah.
So, I like Kofi.
Yeah.
He's okay with me.
He's alright. He's kosher. Next match, women's title match. Mickie James retains the women's title. Katie Lee Burchill. I'm going to be honest, I wasn't paying much attention to this match.
I don't think there was any need to, because I don't think anybody figured Katie Lee Burchill was going to walk out of there the women's champion.
Right.
She's got a way to go in terms of wrestling ability to get up there with Mickie James.
Yeah. She has work to do, just like quite a few of the divas there. Kelly, however, has actually improved. I mentioned that in my SmackDown video. She actually hit a couple of her piranhas on SmackDown in that 6-diva tag team match, which that impressed me right there. But that's another show, another story. Next up, we have the World Heavyweight title match, Edge versus Batista. And I originally said that Batista was going to win this match. That way both shows would have a title. And as we've seen, kind of gave away just the next match here. But both titles now belong on SmackDown. So your thoughts on Edge versus Batista, and we'll just go ahead and do Triple H versus John Cena too.
Edge and Batista was another good match of the night. When Batista pressed Vicky Guerrero and threw her over the rope, I think he did it for Eddie, man. It was awesome.
Yes. and as Chuk said last night, probably helped paying for the Guerrero College Fund.
Yeah, probably.
Probably, no doubt. And I'm assuming since Kofi and Y2J was your second match of the night,
this one,
the WWE title match,
number one.
I
think, honestly, this is the last time for a while we'll probably see Triple H and John Cena. Thank God. Because it was getting kind of old, but these two guys probably figured, you know what, we've had a hell of a time doing this together. Why don't we just go out with a bang? And they went out with a huge bang. Great match.
Definitely.
This pay-per-view was a pleasant surprise.
It was a pleasant. I was kind of in between on the entire pay-per-view, but this match, the counter holds, the kickouts of the pedigrees and the FUs and all that, it just kind of impressed me. Especially the reversal of the STFU into the crippler crossface.
Yeah.
So, that would actually, I'd probably say maybe that would tie with match of the night for me with Kofi Kingston, Y2J, and Triple H versus John Cena. So overall, decent pay-per-view.
Better than what we were expecting.
Not many titles changing hands here.
No.
Just the ECW title and the tag team titles and the Intercontinental title. So, you've been watching the Russell Cage Experience on YouTube. Night of Champions review, take 2. So, We'll be back after Raw goes off air, and Dylan and I will do a review of Raw also. So we will catch you all later. Peace out.